Why would there be any detail established by an unskillful voice? Why wouldn't the logical spines of my stories learn how to face the misleading infinity of the sky with this posture? Why wouldn't the pages of my stories learn this exact elegance? Why wouldn't the pages of my libraries learn these exact qualities? Why wouldn't the giant wings that I long for join the surface of this page? Why wouldn't the spines of my pages learn how to face the misleading infinity of the skies with this posture? Why wouldn't my spine learn how to find its adequate friends in this exact form of alignment? Why wouldn't the surfaces of the fields of my wings not learn? Why wouldn't the pages of my experiences learn these fabrics of logic? Why would there be any aspect of experience decided in its meaning by an unskillful writer? Why wouldn't I find the logic that can move various spines in unison? Why wouldn't the adequate chemistries be summoned so as to discipline and synchronize? Why wouldn't the screams of rust inside my spines learn this exact nuance? Why wouldn't the spines of my stories learn how to align with this nuance of courage? Why wouldn't the spines of my stories learn how to face the inadequate, the misleading infinities of the sky in this exact fashion? Why wouldn't the wings of the pages of the dragon library meet? Why would there be any detail that is not skillfully decided in its absolutely adequate consequence? Why wouldn't the pages of my skin learn how to spread onto the mountains in this elegant fashion? Why wouldn't the spines of my stories learn how to align with this exact logical discipline? Why wouldn't the adequate chemistries of aligned spines, aligned fields of spines read these pages. Why wouldn't the chemistries of my pain learn these exact forms of contrast? Why wouldn't the steel bodies containing all the archives meet these surfaces? Why wouldn't one wish to learn the anatomy of these wings? Why wouldn't the wide pages in my libraries learn how to spread and dry onto the mountains in this elegant logic? Why would there be any detail that is not decided in the adequate way? Why would there be any detail that is not decided in the adequate way? Why wouldn't the logical spines of my stories learn how to face the cheap, inadequate forms of infinity with this noble posture?